Welcome, everyone, to the Predictive Playbook. I'm your host, John Ryan. I am pleased to have my good friend and pal, Jesse Schule, in the house. We're going to run down 3 college football games, and we're not going to waste any time, but I am going to tell you that these free shows that we've been doing, if you bet those games, Jesse, the results are outstanding. 24 and 5. I'm sorry, 23 and 5 against the number. That comes out to 82% right here on these shows. And that's just a glimmer of what our premium clients get. And we're both running pretty hot. You're running 80% in the CFL, and NBA is right around the corner, guys. So Sportsmemo has some really good opportunities to get the full season NBA, NHL subscriptions now. And it'll be good only for about a week. It doesn't stick around long. So take advantage of that for both of us. That's what we're here for. Now we'll get started with college football here. And college football, Jesse's going to start us out here with Tulsa visiting South Florida. Tulsa's 2-4 on the season. South Florida is 1-4. This is an American Athletic Conference matchup with Tulsa installed as an 8.5-point road favorite, as I see it right now. And the total was 57. So, Jesse, take it from here and tell me what is the best bet to make in this matchup.
Well, John, last week's pick on Florida State as a 17.5-point underdog was a big hit, and I'm sure there's a lot of people tuning in hoping to get another big dog that might have a chance to win outright. And I believe that South Florida fits that description. The Bulls aren't a great team. That's for sure. They're 1-4 straight up so far this season. 0-4 against FBS teams, but they've had a tough schedule. They played NC State, Florida, BYU, and SMU, and those teams have a combined record of 17-4. And this is just a really good spot for South Florida. They're playing Tulsa, and Tulsa's 2-4 straight up. Tulsa's coming off a 35-29 home win over Memphis, but they did not play well in that game. They allowed 614 yards of total offense, and Memphis turned the ball over 3 times, which helped them secure the win. Tulsa's defense has been terrible all season long. They got annihilated at home by Houston. The Bulls are coming off a bye week, and that's going to help them prepare for this home game. The Bulls are 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 coming off of a bye, and they're 10-1 against the spread coming off an ATS loss. I really think the Bulls have a chance to make a statement here and get their first win against an FBS team at home.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Good breakdown here, Jesse. I like that game quite a bit as well. My game is in the ACC, where NC State is taking on Boston College. This game starts at 7:30 p.m. Can be seen on the ACC Sports Network. Alumni Stadium is the location in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, home of Boston College Golden Eagles, who are 4-1, as is North Carolina State, ranked number 22. North Carolina State comes into this matchup as a 3-point road dog. 51.5 points is the current total, and I think Boston College has a real good shot here to upset NC State and get a very important win and go to 5-1 in the ACC division. So with this matchup, NC State on the road, and I like looking at yards per point, especially at this time of the year, because we have enough games in where the sample size is meaningful and you get some really good analytics out of it. So overall, NC State scoring 32.2 points per game, 17 in the first half. Looks pretty good, right? Well, it's not in the road because they're only averaging 10 points per game in road games and really sputtering at 1.3 yards per rush and just an incredibly bad 33.5 yards per point is just horrific. And what that means is it takes their offense 33 yards to put up 1 point on the scoreboard. A good offense, an elite offense like an Alabama or an Ohio State and the like, would be somewhere around 10 to 12 yards per point required to put up 1 point on the scoreboard. So I think this matchup here really does favor Boston College, and I think Boston College will score 27 or more points. Now, you may be wondering how they do when they do this in home games. Well, they're 3-1 this year. 12-5 over the last 3 seasons. And going all the way back 25 years, they're 120-36 against the number when scoring 27 or more in home games. So I like Boston College here quite a bit to pull off the upset. And your pick, your second pick of the program and the last one for the show is a very intriguing matchup where we have Oklahoma coming off that Red River rivalry comeback of the ages in a real track meet against Texas. Ranked number 4, 6-0, 3-0 in the Big 12, taking on what could be a pesky TCU team. This game is prime time ABC, 7:30 p.m. TCU comes into this game as an 11.5-point road underdog with a whopping total of 65.5 points. So, Jesse, what is the best bet to make in this game?
Well, John, you're absolutely right. This is a really intriguing game. You might remember in the preseason, we did a show on your Irish pub, and I was talking to Tony Mejia about the Sooners. And I was saying, I was really shocked to see them ranked as high as fourth, because it seems like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. And every year we see the Sooners come out and they put up a lot of points. They win a lot of games just by the avoid disaster. And I thought it was going to be the same story this year. And so far it has been. And Tony Mejia was quick to point out that this is supposed to be their year. They've made improvements on both the offensive and defensive lines. We haven't really seen their defense really look any better than they have in previous years. I did mention that I was suspect about quarterback Spencer Rattler, who was at the time the Heisman favorite, but no longer. Looks like his time as the starter in Oklahoma has come to an end. The backup Caleb Williams came in last week and rallied the Sooners, threw for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns on 16 of 25 passing. We would expect Caleb Williams to get the start this week against TCU. And Oklahoma looks like they're going to be a better team with a better quarterback. I was never really a fan of Spencer Rattler. I always thought he was a little bit overrated, mistake-prone kind of guy. And the history tells us that the Sooners have won 7 straight against TCU. 4 of the last 5 wins against TCU have been by double-digit margin. TCU defense looks a little suspect. They allowed 30-plus points to California, SMU, and Texas. The Horned Frogs quarterback, Max Duggan, he's more of a game manager. His last game at Oklahoma was brutal. He threw for 65 yards on 7 of 21 passing with an INT and no touchdowns. This just looks like a complete mismatch. I'm going to go with the blowout win for Oklahoma.
I like it. I like it. And I don't know where that sound is coming from, but that's Minty doing a promotion for Wager Talk. So I don't know how that just got in there, but it's okay. We can
I didn't hear it.
promote them just as much as us, right?
I didn't hear
Well,
it.
anyway, I think we'll just conclude the show right here. And for Jesse, myself, the Predictive Playbook, sportsmemo.com and wagertalk.com, may all the wins be yours.